Okay guys, today we are going to go ahead and draw our marbles board, and then we'll go ahead and program it next. So to start out with, I'm in my Fusion. When I create my sketch, I want to make sure I am sketching on this top plane right here. So if I click sketch, you want to click on the plane that aligns with this plane. So that's going to be this one for me. And it'll rotate around and you'll be able to see top here after that rotates. I'll go and take a triangle, no, not a triangle, a rectangle, sorry, and we'll make a square that is 5 by 5. And we'll finish that sketch and go ahead and extrude that to 0.5. So that'll give us something to sketch on. We can sketch on this face. I'm just going to click on there, create another sketch, and we're going to create everything on top of that so we can extrude it into there. So to start out, we're going to find the center of this. So I'm just going to move up and down until I get that little triangle with an X. That means I'm on center, drag it over till I get the triangle with the X, and do the same going vertically. Triangle with the X. So that gives us the center point, and I want to turn these both into construction geometry. So I'm going to click on them, and I'm going to push the letter X on my keyboard, and that'll turn those into dashed lines. Next, I'll go ahead and take a circle, go from the center of that, make that 4.5. That is not 4.5, 4.5. And I'll go ahead and take another circle from the corner here and make it also 4.5. Both these are construction geometry, so I'm going to click on them, push X to make them dashed. Now I can take a circle. I'm going to go from the intersection point of these two circles and make this point 125. Now I'm going to create a circular pattern. I want a pattern. It'll ask you in this pop-up window, what objects do you want to pattern? I want to pattern that circle. And the center point is going to be the center of this circle. And I only want these to pattern right here until this point. So I don't want my distribution to be full because I don't want it to have circles all the way around out here. So I'm going to switch this to partial. I'm going to drag my arrow, sorry, wrong one. Drag this guy that way like that. Quantity, I want 14. Now all that I'm going to do is zoom in on this, and it's probably going to go too not far enough and then too far. So what I'm going to do is play around with my angle here. Let's go 75, 76, 76 and a half maybe. Yeah, it gets that pretty close to centered on there. So I'm going to say OK to that. Now we want to take these and pattern them around. This is our center point. To put them here, here, and here. So we'll do the same thing. Create circular pattern. Objects. I want all of these. Oop, I don't want that circle. Center point. I want that as my center point. And actually I'm going to fix this because you see how these two didn't have the center points. So I'm going to deselect my selections. I'm going to reselect those because I want to make sure those have that center dot. number of items. I want 4, and they should do the same thing. It should intersect with this circle and should intersect with that circle, the center point of the circle. And it looks like all those do, and that's good. If they don't, you're doing something, something's up, something's a little wrong. Let's go ahead and say okay to that. The next thing on here, on this bottom, we need to add in 2 circles, but I'm not sure what distance I need, so I'm just going to take a measurement from there to there. That's 0.531. So I'm going to take 0.531, and I want 2 circles, so there's going to be a circle and a circle, so there's going to be 3 spaces. So I'm going to take 0.531 divided by 3, and that gives me 0.177. So now I can draw a circle on here. That's 0.125.
Please stand for the pledge.
And 0.125. And then dimension from here to here, make that 0.177. There to there, 0.177.
Happy Thursday, everyone. I hope you're having a great morning. There are no announcements today, so make it a great day, Wildcats.
And that'll evenly space those out in there. You could go through and draw them on the other 3, or if you would like to, it's completely up to you. Circular pattern, that, around that as your center, quantity 4, and that'll put those other ones in for you. Like I said, it's completely up to you how you want to do that. I don't care either way. Next thing we need to draw on here, there's going to be 4 circles coming up vertically here. So first one, I'm just going to draw it somewhere about like that. Go back to sketch. Then I'll go ahead and put a dimension on it. Let's go ahead and put it at, let's see, a 0.4, nah, let's go 0.45. Put another circle, and then one more circle. And remember, just pushing the C button on your keyboard will get you into circle. Same with D, will get you into dimension. Okay, so we have our 4 circles here. Let's go and adjust the spacing between them. We'll make that 0.2. There to there, 0.2. Do the same thing. We'll create a circular pattern. Objects out in a pattern are those. Center point is that. 4 is our quantity. Good. That'll pattern those around for you. Let's put our four holes in the corner here. And we want these to be at like about a 45-degree angle. So I'm just going to take a line, draw a line kind of like that. We'll dimension it. So first dimension is from there to there. Let's make that a 45. Then we'll go from there to our end point. We'll make that, I don't know, let's make that 0.3. We'll go from there to there. We'll make that 0.3 also. Oh, why is it still not liking that? Because I can still, yeah. Now we'll dimension the line. And I don't want my dimension going that way. I want it to be the length of the line. Let's make that 0.75 just to make our math easy. So I'll put a 0.25 there. 25 there. Then if you take 75 and divide it by 3, because we're going to put 2 more circles on here. One right there. So there's 3 spaces, 1, 2, 3, and you're dimensioning the spaces. So 75 divided by 3 gives you 0.25. And make sure you're dimensioning this way, not like that or like that. 0.25. 0.25. Do the same thing with that. We'll circular pattern it. Objects, those, center point, that. Number items, 4. Go. Okay. Let's go ahead and draw our arrows on here. And we'll actually just draw these on as a line, just so we know where we need to start and stop. So this one right here, I'm just going to zoom in, and I'm going to click on my circle. You see this blue dashed line that pops up when I'm straight out from the center? That's what I want. I'm just going to click on that, and we'll go ahead and make this line. We'll go ahead and drag it all the way out to the outside. That'll be okay. And if that one's blue, that will be fine. So the next line will go 1, 2, 3, 4 back from that. And we're just going to aim roughly perpendicular to that hole. And this one will go 0.3 out. Same thing with these. We'll create a circular pattern. That and that. Center point. That. Items 4. Check and make sure they are going where you think they should be going. And they all are. Say okay to that. So this is practically completed. The last thing we need to do is go ahead and put our name on here. So I'm going to create text. Make a text box. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to go 0.2. You can, let's go bigger than that, 0.3. You can make your text whatever size you want. I'm going to go ahead and align it with the center because I like that look more. And then we also need to come into our text font. And if you scroll up just a little bit, you'll see this line right here. You need to pick a text font that's above that line. Doesn't really matter what text font it is, but anything above that line will work for what we're doing. So I'm going to say okay to that. Actually, let's make that a little bit smaller. Just so we're not cutting into our circles here. Yep. Perfect. Okay, and that is the completed marbles drawing. If you have any questions, let me know.